What up, YouTube? G4Lee here, once again, back with another late night video for you guys. And tonight's topic will be a list of anime that I think should get remakes. You know, when I say remakes, I'm thinking more along the lines of the remakes they made for Hunter x Hunter and Dragon Ball Z with Dragon Ball Kai. You know, I'll be thinking remakes like that, because some anime is long overdue for some remakes, and some anime pretty much got really shortened. You know, they never got to have the full potential of the series. Like the manga would be so long and fulfilling, but the anime series would be so short, and they cut it so short that you don't the anime doesn't compare to the manga. So I feel like those anime deserve remakes. So this is just my short little list, you know, of things of anime that deserve remakes. You know, first of all, I say Air Gear should get a remake. You know, because Air Gear is one of the most worst endings in anime history. You know, not the manga, but the anime. The anime ended off on such a weird, awkward point that it ruined the whole series to me. I loved Air Gear up until what happened towards the end. You know, that's one of them things where you have an ending that is so terrible, you know, it doesn't matter how good the earlier episode was, and that's how I felt about that shit. You know, even though the rest of the series was so good, it had great dub too, you know, so like I said, it was just a shame how they did. I feel like they should remake the series, and they should extend it, you know, and follow it more closely to the manga. I would love if they did that shit, you know. Another anime that I think should get a remake is the original Naruto series. You know, we all know how great the original Naruto series was. It got us hooked on Naruto, you know, especially seeing everybody grow up as kids, Naruto learning the Rasengan, the other rookies, you know, the other rookies actually got shine back then where Rock Lee got shine, and Neji, Kiba, and all of those characters got shine, you know, because Shippuden kind of stepped away from them and focused more on the Akatsuki and the Uchiha clan and Naruto, and they kind of distanced themselves from the rookies and all the other clans in Naruto. So it would be nice to see Naruto get reboot and just to see them good points all over again, and cut all the fillers out. If you cut all of the fillers out too, and remake it HD and make it look stunning like that, just completely remaster the whole thing like they did with Dragon Ball Kai. Like I said, that original Naruto shit would be amazing. So that's a show that definitely needs its own remake. Another show I say need a remake is G Gundam. G Gundam is far overdue for a remake because it was the most unique Gundam show there ever was. You know, you could say Gundam Wing was better. You could say Gundam Destiny and all them other Gundams, the Gundam with Amuro Ray, you know, 0080 this or whatever. But all those Gundams were kind of too similar. This Gundam was like on some Dragon Ball Z Gundam type shit, and that's why it stood out to me. It was so great for its time, you know, and that became my favorite Gundam series out of all of them. Domon Kashu was just that nigga. He was just that nigga. He was the inspiration for me as a kid when I watched the anime. Me and my best friend used to watch that shit together. Like I said, it was a dope show. It definitely deserves a remake. I would love to see that shit just remastered and put in HD and shit too. Burning Fingers in HD. I would love to see that shit. Another show that deserves a remake is History's Strongest Disciple. You know, aka one of my favorite series ever. One of my favorite series ever. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. One of my tops, you know. The reason it's one of my tops is because it's martial arts affiliated, and I love martial arts. As you can see, when I be talking about UFC and shit, mixed martial arts, so you know I'm into that type of shit. So to have an anime that's so heavily influenced in martial arts and shit like that, I fell in love with the series, but I felt like the anime didn't have enough. You know, the manga is so fucking long. I do believe it's still going on now, you know. I took a hiatus from reading it, but I do believe it's still going on now, and I feel like they could have did way more with the series. They had so many more epic fights in the manga that I would have loved to see animated. So, like I said, that's a show that deserved to get remade and have extended, you know, one of them shows that deserve to be extended. Another show that I feel like deserves a remake is Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite anime, hands down. That's like my top right there. There is no anime that's touching Yu Yu Hakusho to me, you know, so I feel like that deserves a remake because, like I said, it's still so relevant, just like the Dragon Ball is. You know, it's still so relevant and fresh in people's minds. A lot of people love this series, and I feel like they could do more with that. I feel like the ending was great. Don't get me wrong. In the series, the ending was great to me. I loved the whole series all the way through. But I feel like if they gave it a remake treatment and removed all the filler episodes, you know, because Yu Yu Hakusho was very thick in the fillers, you know. Like I said, just like Dragon Ball Z was, you know, very thick when it comes to filler. But if you cut all of that filler and just remade the whole show and remastered that shit, the shit would be beautiful. It would be stunning, you know, long as they don't tamper with other shit. You know, because that was what they did with Dragon Ball Kai. That's the reason I wasn't feeling Dragon Ball Kai too much, because they tampered with too much shit. I just want them to remove the filler, you know, and keep and remaster the shit, but don't tamper with too much in the series. Don't change what made Yu Yu Hakusho Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, keep the tones the same, keep the music the same, keep all that shit, the dub and shit, the same or whatever. You know, I feel like they should leave that part alone. But other than that, I feel like if they remake the series, people would go crazy for shit. People would go crazy for that shit. Everybody will watch it, you know. So Yu Yu Hakusho is another one that I feel like deserves a remake. And the last show I got on my list that deserves a remake was Zoids. With Van Fly Height. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember that old show. You know, I think it was called Zoids Chaotic Century. I think that's the one I'm talking about. But that show was a very good show too. I used to watch that shit every morning with my older brother, you know, right before school, and I fell in love with that show. I loved Zoids, and I feel like if they cut the fillers down on that show as well, but not really cut down on the filler. They didn't have that much filler. I think it was like 60-something episodes. But, you know, I guess they still could cut that down a little bit. But I'm just saying, to remake that series would be pretty dope. You know, to remaster that shit. Because the technology we got now, that show would be amazing. If you look at shit like Attack on Titan and look at them ziplining and shit, and if you took that same graphic system and put that shit into Zoids, an older show like Zoids would be blowing people's fucking minds with how good it is. It had a great fucking story too, so like I said, that anime definitely deserves a remake. I felt like so many people slept on that show, you know, that didn't give that show the proper chance, you know. I'm not talking about the one that was on Toonami with Bet Cloud. I'm talking about the one with Van Fly Height. So, you know, that's the one I'm talking about. So if you remember that one, like I said, that's the one that I think deserves a remake. You know, but there's a whole bunch of anime that I think deserve a remake, but I can't fit in a video. But that's just my smaller condensed list. You know, so you can hit me down in the comments below and tell me what anime you think deserves a remake. What anime would you like to see have a remake? So drop a comment down below, subscribe to my channel for more discussions like this one, and go like my Facebook fan page if you haven't. G4 Leader here signing off, and thank you guys for watching.